So guys, Star Wars Hunters Season 5 has been out for a couple of weeks now, and it's been a lot of fun so far, grinding PvE, ranked, unlocking mods and testing them, and of course playing the brand new map and Hunter. But today I wanted to have a look forward to Season 6, and speculate on what we could get there, or essentially create a concept as what we could have for Season 6. And if you guys enjoy this, I'll do more for Season 7, 8, 9 and so on. So the main things I'll focus on is the Hunter we could potentially see, or what I would like to see, as well as the potential map, and then what the overall theme could be as well. But before I do get into this Season 6 concept, make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on any more Star Wars Hunters videos. But jumping straight into what Hunter I think we could get in Season 6, I think it's quite an obvious one in Tuya, the Twi'lek from the Star Wars Hunters book. We've known about Tuya now for about 2 years, and she is absolutely nowhere to be seen. Now for those who don't know, Tuya is a blue Twi'lek who has been described as small and I believe wearing a green and blue outfit, and by trade she is a slicer, so she seems to be really good with hacking technology and whatnot, and is accompanied by a small droid called TU-8. So based off of all of that information, and the fact that we haven't had a single support character in the game in literally 3 years, I think Tuya could very well be a support character, and therefore would be a great addition into the game as the next Hunter, because so far we only have 3, despite having 17 Hunters now. We're currently in Season 5, and of those 5 seasons, 4 of them have been damage Hunters, and then we've had 1 tank with Chaos. Now during soft launch we had 4 Hunters in the game. The first 2 new ones were Sprocket and Scorer, and that was in February 2022, and then it wasn't until June or July 2023 where we got Diago, who of course is a damage character, and then we got Char, who's a tank character, in September 2023. So it's been a very long time now since we've had support, and I think Tuya in Season 6 would be absolutely perfect, assuming she is of course a support. Now as for what map we could get, obviously in Season 5 we got Coruscant Underworld, because that's where Glicken actually grew up. But then in Season 2 we got an Imperial map, because that was the overall theme of the season. And then Season 3 we got Hoth Frontline, because that was obviously a Rebellion themed season. So they could focus on something relevant to the theme of the season, or something to do with the actual Hunter itself, or they could do it a bit random, like in Season 4, how we had Endor Aftermath, which doesn't really have too much to do with the theme of the season, or even Nox as a Hunter. So they could very easily go and do something from the films. I'd quite like to see something prequel related maybe. Perhaps even a Coruscant Upper Levels would be quite interesting to see how it compares to the Underworld. Or they could do something like Utapau, Cato Nemoidia, or something else. But given that Tuya is a Twi'lek, my personal preference for a map would be Ryloth, because that is ultimately the Twi'lek homeworld, and I think seeing Ryloth in a video game would be absolutely unreal, especially in a multiplayer one like Star Wars Hunters. I'm sure plenty of people playing Star Wars Hunters will have known about Ryloth, and if they don't, they can always look it up of course. You could of course do something from the prequels which would get a lot more recognition from casual fans, but I think something like Ryloth would be so good, and would potentially lend itself really well to Tuya's backstory, if that is of course where she grew up. And I think what would also be great about Ryloth as a map is that it features a lot in Clone Wars, but also even in Star Wars Rebels and the Bad Batch. So it's not like it's some super niche planet that only gets 10 minutes of screen time, and I know a lot of people would love to see it. As for the overall theme of the season, and therefore what would essentially dictate the Arena Pass content, I think it would be really fun to focus on technology and therefore potentially droid stuff maybe. Now being a slicer is something that could be considered part of Scum and Villainy, because you can get people who are slicers and are obviously bad and live in the underworld and whatnot. But I just think having a theme of technology in general, there's a lot of tech in Star Wars, and I think that lends itself really well to adding content surrounding protocol droids, astromechs, swanky computers, and whatever else we're used to seeing in Star Wars, data pad stickers maybe, perhaps avatars based on ship schematics and whatnot. I think that would be really fun. But I'd love to know your thoughts on all of this in the comments below. So to summarise, the new Hunter I think we could see in Season 6 would be Tuya. A map I would love to see Ryloth, and for the overall theme it would be to do around technology and slicing. That is going to be it from me today though. If you want to see more Star Wars Hunters season concepts, do let me know, because I had a lot of fun making this one. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the Force be with you always.